Hello children, today I am here with the video for the students of class 5. This is chapter number 7 of your science book, Animal World. In this chapter children, we shall be reading about the habitat. Habitat means the natural shelter of different animals. Body coverings, how breathing is done in animals, feeding habits of different animals, movement in different animals, and what do you mean by the term migration. So children, you are suggested to keep your pencil with you so that you could underline the important topics by pausing the video. Let's get started. Different animals live in different places. Some live on land, some live on trees, and some live in water. Let us do an activity. Read the names of the animals given below and write their names under the places they live. In the forest we can find lion and the giraffe. In the oceans live shark and whale lives in the ocean. In the polar region, polar bear and penguins can be found. Habitat, a place or an area where an animal lives naturally is called its habitat. A habitat provides the animal with food, shelter, air and water. You can say that animals also live with us. Animals are also kept in the zoo. They are also getting food, air, water there, but no. The natural conditions in which an animal lives is called its habitat. For example, lion is naturally found in the forest. You can see lions in the zoos also, but lions are naturally found in the forest. So you can say forest is the habitat of lions. Different types of habitats are found on the earth, such as forests, mountains, oceans, fresh waters, deserts and polar regions. Fresh water means the water bodies in which the water is not salty. As you know, the water present in the oceans is too much salty, it is too much saline. Let's read about the various habitats. First one is forest. A forest is a large area thickly covered with trees and plants. All of you know what is forest. A variety of animals live in the forest. Therefore, forest is called the natural habitats of many wild animals. For example, giraffe and zebra live on land. Lion and bat live in the caves. Birds and monkeys live on the trees. Rabbits and snakes live in burrows and holes. So you can say a wide variety of animals are found in the forest, living on the trees, on the land or in the caves. Next habitat is desert. A desert is a dry area often covered with sand and there is very little or no vegetation. This happens because these areas receives very little rainfall. So animals which can live suitably, which can live very easily, which have adapted themselves to live in the deserts are only found in the deserts. Animals like camel, rattlesnake, ground squirrel, these are found in the deserts. As you know, there is very little vegetation and little rainfall also. The climate is very hot there. So the animals which can adapt themselves to survive in this hot and dry climatic conditions only can be found in the deserts. So camels are best suited to live in the deserts, as you know children. Next one is the polar areas. The polar areas, the earth's surface, our earth near the poles, due to slanting rays of sunfall falling over the areas, that poles are covered with ice and snow throughout the year. There is extremely cold conditions in these polar regions and there is very less vegetation also found. So animals which can survive in these extreme cold conditions are found in the polar regions. So best suitable animals which are found in the polar regions are polar bears and penguins. They have adapted themselves to survive in the extreme cold condition of the polar areas. Arctic and Antarctic are the polar regions. They are covered with snow and extremely cold. Polar bear, penguin, seal and walrus, these are the animals which are found in the polar regions. Fresh water, as I have said, the water of the water bodies which is not salty, that type of water is known as fresh water. So river, lakes and ponds are freshwater habitats because the water present in these water bodies is not saline. Fish, frog, salamander. Salamander is a kind of aquatic animal which look like a little bit lizard and a snake. Toad, duck, swan, crane are found in freshwater habitats. Ocean. An ocean is a large body of saline water. Saline water means the water which tastes too much salty. It is the largest habitat on the earth. As you know, 70% of the earth's surface is covered with ocean water. Whale, dolphin, octopus, seahorses, jellyfish, etc. are found in oceans. Different animals have different body coverings. Coverings means outer surface of their body, organs and movement. Till now we have read about the various habitats and the various animals found in different habitats. Now let us read about these animals, about their different body coverings, their feeding habits means what the food they take and how is the movement occur in these animals. Let us read about them. Body coverings. Different animals have different body coverings. Body covering of an animal help it to survive in its habitat. As I have said that camel is called the sheep of the desert. Why? Because camel has adapted itself to live or survive in the extreme hot conditions of the desert. Its skin do not have sweat glands, means camels do not sweat. Also they have large eyelashes to protect their eyes from the sandstorm. Similarly, polar bears, they have a large thick layer of fat under their skin which helps them to keep their body warm and to survive in the extreme cold condition of the polar areas. So body coverings help different animals to survive in its habitat. Now let us read about the various types of body coverings. Cuticle. Bodies of insects like beetle, ant and grasshoppers are covered with hard cuticle. Scales. Bodies of reptiles and fishes. You must have seen the scales in the fishes. Are covered with scales. Fishes are present in crocodile, lizard, snake. They have horny scales. Horny scales means pricking scales. The scales in the form of horns on their body to prevent water loss. Fishes have overlapping scales to prevent the entry of water on their bodies. As you know, fishes have overlapping scales like this. Fishes have overlapping scales like this. This helps to prevent the entry of water inside the bodies, and in case of crocodiles the scales are present in the forms of horns. This helps to prevent the loss of water. Next is shell. Animals like tortoise, turtle and snails have hard outer covering. This is known as shell. This shell protects the soft body of the animal. You must have seen a tortoise When it faces any danger, it hides itself into its cell. Also, you must have seen the snails. It carries a outer covering and it protects its soft body by keeping it inside the cell. When these animals sense danger, they draw their head and feet into their cell. Snakes shed their skins periodically. This shedding of skin is known as molting. Feathers. Bodies of birds are covered with feathers. These feathers keep them warm and help them to fly. As you can see here, this is the shell of the snail. This is the feather of the bird. Next is fur or wool. Mammals like sheep or deer have fur or wool. You must have seen a sheep on their body. This protects them from cold and rain. Bears also have fur and sheep have wool on their body. Now let us recall what we have studied till now. Write T for true and F for false statements. A habitat provides the animal with food, air, water and shelter. Yes. Habitat provides the animal with food, air, water and shelter. So this statement is true. Penguin and seal live in deserts? No. Penguin and seals are found in polar areas. Therefore, this statement is false. Whales and dolphins are found in freshwater habitats. Whales are found in ocean. And dolphins are also found in ocean. Ocean water is saline, so it is not fresh water. Therefore, this statement is false. Scales in crocodile prevent loss of water. Yes. And feathers of bird help them to swim. Do birds swim? No. Feathers help them to fly and keep their body warm. So, this statement is wrong. Next topic of discussion is breathing in animals. Animals breathe in oxygen like the human beings. Animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Land animals means the animals which live on land. They breathe oxygen through their lungs, while aquatic animals breathe oxygen in the water. As you know, water is made up of two elements, hydrogen and water. So aquatic animals, they absorb, they breathe in the oxygen dissolved in water. Earthworms. As I have said, land animals, they have lungs to do breathing, and aquatic animals, they have gills. You must have seen the gills of fishes. Earthworms breathe through their moist skins. Earthworms do not have gills or lungs. They breathe through their moist skin. Different animals have different organs of breathing. Insects breathe through the air holes, as you can see here in the side. In the insect like cockroaches, grasshopper, there are present air holes. These air holes are connected to the blood vessels, and these insects breathe in the oxygen through these air holes. These air holes are known as spiracles. Spiracles lead into the network of air tubes called tracheae. Fishes breathe through gills. Gills absorb oxygen from the water and give out carbon dioxide from the blood. Like the fishes, prawns, crabs and tadpoles also breathe through gills. Frogs breathe through moist skin. As you know, frog is an amphibian animal. Amphibian animal means which can live in water as well as which can live on the land. So when the frog is living inside the water, it breathes through its moist skin. But when the frog is on the land, it breathes through its lungs. Reptiles like snakes, crocodiles, lizards. Birds and mammals. Mammals means the animals which give birth to their young ones and feed their young ones with their milk. Breathe through lungs. In birds, air enters through the holes present on the upper surface, upper beak. In mammals, the air enters through the nose. It leads to the lungs where the exchange of gases occur, means oxygen is taken in, oxygen is absorbed by the body and carbon dioxide is released from the body. The feeding habits of animals. Different animals eat different kinds of food, like the cows eat the grasses, the grasshopper eat the grass, the lion eat the flesh of other animals. So, different animals have different feeding habits. Like as human beings, animals also need food to grow and survive. An animal's food habit and its mouth parts depend on the type of food it eats. Let us see how. Bees and butterflies suck nectar from the flowers through the long thin tube called proboscis. Similar proboscis is found in the mosquitoes also. Mosquitoes also suck the blood from the human beings and animals. They suck the blood using a long thin tube, and this long thin tube is called proboscis. Herbivores. Herbivores means animals which eat only plant and its part. Herbivores like cows and giraffes have sharp front teeth to bite the leaves and strong broad teeth at the back of their mouth to chew the food well. Next are carnivores. Carnivores means the animals which eat the flesh of other animals. So carnivores like lion, tiger, jackal, they have sharp pointed teeth to tear the flesh. And flesh eating birds like vultures and kites, they have strong, sharp and hooked beaks to tear the flesh. Birds of prey like the vultures, eagles, they also have sharp claws to catch their prey. Rodents like rabbit and squirrel have sharp front teeth to gnaw the seeds. Gnaw means they repeatedly bite the seeds. This is known as gnawing. Next is movement in animals. Animals move from place to place in search of food and shelter. Like plants can synthesize their own food, but animals cannot synthesize their own food. So they are dependent and they have to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, mates means their partners, and to escape from their enemies. So different animals move in different ways. Insects have 6 legs. Insects like ants and cockroaches crawl on their legs, and cockroaches have wings also which help it to fly. Grasshoppers have long, strong hind legs. Hind legs means back legs for hopping. Some insects like butterflies and dragonflies use their wings to fly. So insects move by these organs. Fishes and whales and dolphins, they have fins. Fins are the parts present on the side of the body which help them to swim easily in the water. Snakes move with the help of scales found on their body. Frogs have webbed feet. Webbed feet means the feet of the frog is like this. And there is a membranous structure in between the fingers. There is a membranous structure in between the fingers which gives an appearance of the paddle of the ship. So frogs have padded webbed feet to swim in water. Similar webbed feet is found in ducks also. They have strong hind legs. Hind legs means back legs for hopping on the land. Turtles have paddle-like limbs which help them to swim in water. Birds fly with the help of their wings. They use their legs to walk or hop, even to perch the branches of the trees. Water birds like ducks and swans, they have webbed feet to swim in water. Most mammals have 4 limbs, like the dogs, cats, lions. These all have 4 limbs, means 4 legs. Dogs and cats use their limbs to walk and run. Human beings use their legs to walk and use their hands for holding things. Penguins and seals have flippers to swim in water. Bats have 4 limbs modified into wings for flying. And there is a general knowledge thing that bats are the only mammals that can fly. Next topic of discussion is, as you can see here in the picture, these are the flippers of the penguins. Migration. Some animals move over greater distances to avoid harsh weather conditions. What happens in the different parts of the world, in different months, there is different climatic condition. So to survive the harsh climatic conditions, some animals move to a greater distances. The mass movement of animals from one place to another in search of favorable environment is called migration. Animals migrate in search of food, breeding grounds, and to escape the harsh weather. Siberian cranes, as you can see in the picture, they migrate to India everywhere in winter, because when they come to India during the month of December to February, and in the March they return back to their country, because in these months the climatic condition in Serbia is very harsh, very extreme. Therefore, to survive from that extreme cold climate, these cranes fly to or migrate to India, and they fly back to Serbia on the onset, means when the summer is about to arrive, means at the beginning of March. Arctic tern travels around the Arctic to Antarctica twice a year. It covers the distance of around 35,000 kilometers. Monarch butterflies fly from Canada to Mexico in the winter season. Locusts are harmful migratory insects. These migrate in swamps and destroy the standing crops. They migrate in search of food, and they can destroy even miles and miles of standing crops within minutes. European eels swim all the way to go to Sargasso Sea in the western part of Atlantic Ocean to lay their eggs. As I have discussed earlier, animals also migrate in search of better breeding grounds. Baby eels then take 3 years to swim back to the European rivers. Let us now revise what we have learned in this chapter. Different types of habitats are found on the earth, like forests, deserts, mountains. Different animals have different body coverings, means outer surface of their body, like cuticle, fur, wool, shell and feathers. Animals breathe through different organs like spiracles, noses, skin and gills also. Legs, fins, wings, webbed feet and flippers are some organs that help animals in movement. Different animals have different mouth parts depending upon the kind of food they eat. Like we have discussed, herbivores have flat teeth in the front to bite the leaves and broad teeth at the back of their mouth to chew the food well. Carnivores have sharp pointed teeth in the front to tear the flesh and broad flat teeth at the back of their mouth to chew the food well. Animals migrate to escape harsh weather conditions, to search food and also to search better breeding grounds for their offsprings or babies. Hope you have understood the chapter well. Please follow the instructions given in the school website. Thank you, children.